Looking for cause in Corvallis following the collapse of a train trestle sending rail cars into the Marys River. Good evening and thanks for joining us for NBC 16 News at 5:30. I'm Gold
And
Meadows.
I'm Alan Matthews. A structural failure to a wooden train trestle sent two rail cars into a river.
This as workers try to recover those rail cars and neighbors express fear as the scene unfolded near Avery Park in Corvallis.
A startling scene for neighbors behind Avery Park in Corvallis, where a train trestle collapsed Saturday, sending one rail car into the Marys River as well as part of another.
It woke me up out of a dead sleep. It shook my whole house. I thought it was an earthquake. And I looked and it was split in half and the whole train trestle fell in the river.
So when we looked, it just boosh and water went everywhere. And
Genesee and Wyoming Railroad Services, which owns Portland and Western Railroad, said it won't be able to fully investigate the cause of the collapse of the trestle until two rail cars dangling from the trestle are safely removed and the one in the water is lifted out. Terry Spears says she was doing laundry when it happened.
And then I heard a boom. It sounded just like a big bomb went off. This had already come down, and just as I was really looking out, the water went ping.
Dawn Davis and Axel Hansen have lived in their home behind the trestle for 3 years. Saturday marked their second terrifying night along the river after a fire charred the trestle in 2022. Genesee and Wyoming Railroad Services tells us there's no indication that the fire had a hand in the trestle's collapse, but the removal of the car from the river will help to give them a clearer picture of what happened. Meanwhile, the Department of Environmental Quality said agricultural fertilizer was on board the rail cars. DEQ does not expect it to be harmful to humans. Corvallis officials said the city's main water intake on the Willamette River is 2 miles upstream from the site, so there's no risk of contamination for the city's drinking water supply. Oregon Health Authority informed the nearest downstream water intake facility of the spill. That site is 9 miles away from the collapse.
Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife is on site but has not seen dead fish or wildlife. They say with the rapid pace of the water, it's hard to assess impacts to the animals.